I'm the Asia CIO from Procter & Gamble. Talented population is so important, but for this generation of our youngsters, they grew up in a time of peace. They have really not much hardship that they go through. And sometimes we feel that they lack the drive to excel. Sometimes I worry about the lack of tenacity to stay and weather through failures or the first sight of complexity, that they have to go through. So any tips from you on how to nurture, develop, train, drive, or tenacity so that you don't give up?
Parenting skills.
Well, that's what every generation every subsequent generation of a successful society worries about. For us, national service is one great leveler. Suddenly you're thrown out of your home. You've got to make your own bunk. You've got to wake up early in the morning, you run, you jump, you go to an ops course, and you've got to train other men and work with other people. So I don't think they leave national service with the same outlook that they went into. How do we do that for the girls? I don't know. And maybe the men will influence the girls when they marry and influence the way they bring up the family. At least I hope so.
Mentor Minister Lee, my name is Sim Lim. I'm with DBS Bank. It is a privilege and honor to have you with us tonight. I think in your lifetime you have taught all of us many things, but the one thing you have showed us is one man can make a difference, and you have made a difference, and I think we all thank you for that. My question is slightly different. I like your thoughts on what would you recommend in what I see the American conundrum. What I mean here to say is that America is a country that consumes, and their consumption is the engine of growth for the rest of the world. But at the same time, they consume on credit. So on the one hand, they need to save, and the deficit is not sustainable. But on the other hand, the world needs them to consume, to create jobs. How would you advise that they rectify this conundrum that they have?
Well, I'm not an advisor to the American government.
I was going to say.
And I doubt if I'm qualified to be one. But I think amongst the 340 million people they have, they must have the ability to work their way out of this problem. Yes, they're spending more than they're earning. They're increasing the debt levels. But do not forget that when they borrow in dollars. Singapore or other countries borrow, you borrow in dollars, and you don't print dollars, they print dollars. So the pressure is not so great. Because if you print too many dollars, inflation begins to step in. But that's a different problem when you are unable to pay dollars and you've got to mortgage yourself. I think over time, they will find a correction. But at the same time, over time, China will be an enormous consumer market, and so will India. So the world will have a multipolar numbers of big consumer countries. And we ought to be ready to serve them.
Thank you. Next question, please. Yes, there's in the back, please.
Good evening, Minister Mentor Lee. Truly a pleasure to have the opportunity to ask you a question here at this event, and my thanks to HP for inviting me here as well. My name is Ashok, and I'm working for DB Schenker, which is a transportation and logistics company. My question relates to this industry. I think I'm correct to say HP is today the largest shipper in Singapore in terms of exports out of Singapore. Helps to sustain the airport as well as very important port operations. My question is, will Singapore ever see another HP again?
Well, I'm not sure the HP will allow other HPs to appear, but I'm sure there'll be other companies with different products, but just as innovative, who will emerge. The world is not static. Every day, somewhere, somebody is creating something new which the rest of the world will want to use. So, we make ourselves useful to them, they'll come here.